Welcome back to Story for Night, where the shadows grow deeper and secrets await in the darkness. Prepare yourself for part 2 of the Undercover Operation, as we dive into Chapter 6 and continue our journey alongside Mark. In this thrilling installment, the stakes are higher, the risks greater. As Mark resurfaces from the shadows, he finds himself facing a new web of deception and a formidable adversary. With each step forward, Mark unravels the intricate threads of a criminal empire, exposing its darkest secrets. But as the layers of deceit are peeled back, he discovers that not everything is as it seems. Through heart-pounding chases, unexpected alliances, and pulse-pounding confrontations, Mark must navigate the blurred lines between loyalty and betrayal. Haunted by his past and the weight of his actions, Mark grapples with his own demons. Will he find the strength to stay true to himself while undercover, or will the shadows consume him? As we delve into Chapter 6 and beyond, prepare for a rollercoaster ride of tension, revelation, and unexpected twists that will leave you breathless. Stay tuned as the darkness deepens, and Mark's journey intensifies. Part 2 of the Undercover Operation on Story for Night promises an unforgettable experience. Don't forget to subscribe to Story for Night to stay up to date with the thrilling chapters that lie ahead. Get ready to lose yourself in the gripping tale of the Undercover Operation. With the criminal organization dismantled and justice served, Mark, now able to shed his undercover persona, entered a period of reflection and redemption. The aftermath of his undercover operation left him grappling with the profound impact it had on his life and the lives of those around him. Haunted by the memories of the criminals he had encountered, Mark sought solace in reconnecting with his true identity. He immersed himself in the support of his loved ones, who had been unaware of his dangerous double life. Their presence provided much-needed grounding and reminded him of the values he had fought to protect. In the aftermath of the operation, Mark worked closely with law enforcement agencies to ensure the successful prosecution of those involved in the criminal empire. He provided crucial testimonies, revealing the inner workings of the organization and shedding light on the widespread corruption that had enabled its existence. The revelations sparked a wave of reforms within the city, as authorities began to address the systemic issues that had allowed the criminal empire to flourish. Mark became an advocate for change, leveraging his experiences to push for stricter regulations, improved law enforcement practices, and support systems for the victims affected by the organization's crimes. Throughout this chapter, Mark also embarked on a journey of personal redemption. He sought to reconcile the actions he had taken while undercover with his own sense of morality. The choices he had made, the lives he had impacted, and the compromises he had to endure weighed heavily on his conscience. Mark reached out to individuals he had encountered during his undercover operation, offering support and assistance to those seeking a way out of the criminal lifestyle. He aimed to break the cycle of crime by providing opportunities for rehabilitation and reintegration into society, understanding that everyone deserved a chance at redemption. As Mark navigated this path of reflection and redemption, he faced both internal and external challenges. The psychological scars of his undercover mission lingered, manifesting in moments of doubt and introspection. Yet, his unwavering commitment to justice drove him forward, pushing him to confront the repercussions of his actions head-on. In the midst of his personal journey, Mark found unexpected allies among those he had once investigated. Some criminals, touched by his sincerity and dedication to making amends, chose to cooperate with law enforcement, assisting in the dismantling of hidden criminal networks and seeking their own path to redemption. Chapter 7 opens with Mark embracing his new beginning, emerging from the shadow of his undercover operation with a renewed sense of purpose and a commitment to making a positive impact on the world around him. The trials and tribulations of his undercover journey had shaped him into a formidable force for change, and he was determined to continue his fight for justice. Mark redirected his energy towards advocating for reform within the criminal justice system. Drawing from his first-hand experiences, he became a vocal proponent of fair sentencing, rehabilitation programs, and support networks for both victims and former offenders. His insights and credibility garnered attention and support from policymakers and organizations seeking to effect meaningful change. Recognizing the power of education in preventing criminal behavior, Mark dedicated himself to mentoring at-risk youth. He shared his story, using it as a cautionary tale, and inspired young minds to choose a different path. By providing guidance and support, he aimed to break the cycle of crime and create opportunities for a brighter future. In addition to his advocacy work, Mark became involved in community initiatives aimed at rebuilding neighborhoods affected by crime. He worked alongside community leaders and organizations to foster social cohesion, empower local residents, and restore a sense of safety and unity. Through collaborative efforts, he aimed to create an environment where crime was no longer the norm. Amidst his efforts to make a positive impact, Mark found solace in reconnecting with his own passions and interests. He resumed his hobbies and pursued personal growth, finding balance in his life after the intense demands of his undercover operation. By nurturing his own well-being, he ensured he had the strength and resilience to continue his mission. As the chapter progressed, Mark encountered new challenges and adversaries. There were those who resented his presence, threatened by the changes he sought to bring about. He faced opposition from entrenched powers, corrupt officials, and individuals still loyal to the remnants of the dismantled criminal organization. But with unwavering determination, Mark persevered, undeterred by those who sought to impede progress. Throughout this chapter, Mark's journey intertwined with the lives of individuals he had encountered during his undercover operation. Former criminals, victims, and those seeking redemption became part of his network of support and collaborators. Together, they formed a formidable force for change, united by a shared vision of a safer and more just society. Chapter 8 begins with Mark reflecting on the legacy of his undercover operation and the profound impact it had on his life and the lives of those he encountered. It explores the lasting repercussions of his actions and the enduring shadows that lingered in the aftermath. As Mark continued his work in advocating for justice and social change, he faced new challenges and obstacles. The remnants of the criminal organization he had dismantled sought revenge, their shadows haunting his every step. Threats, both direct and indirect, served as constant reminders of the dangers he had faced and the enemies he had made. Undeterred by the looming shadows, Mark remained resolute in his mission. He recognized that the fight against crime and corruption was an ongoing battle, one that required unwavering dedication and an indomitable spirit. He rallied allies and built a network of support, understanding that collective efforts were crucial in combating the darkness that persisted. In this chapter, Mark also confronted his own inner demons. The memories of his undercover persona, Michael Stone, continued to haunt him. He grappled with the moral complexities of his actions, questioning whether the ends had truly justified the means. The shadows of his past cast doubts on his own identity, forcing him to confront the blurred lines between truth and deception. Amidst the challenges and internal turmoil, Mark found strength in the impact he had made. The lives he had touched, the communities he had empowered, and the reforms he had championed served as beacons of hope in the face of darkness. The positive changes he witnessed, both big and small, fueled his determination to continue his mission. As the chapter progressed, Mark faced a pivotal moment, a choice that would determine the direction of his future. He contemplated the risks and sacrifices that came with his fight for justice. Would he choose to retreat into the safety of anonymity, leaving behind the shadows of his past? Or would he embrace the responsibility that came with his knowledge and experiences, continuing to be a force for change? In a defining moment of self-realization, Mark chose to embrace his role as a catalyst for transformation. He accepted the challenges and uncertainties that came with it, fully aware of the dangers that awaited him. With a renewed sense of purpose, he stepped forward, ready to face the shadows head-on, determined to create a brighter future. Chapter 9 opens with Mark navigating the aftermath of his journey, reflecting on the impact of his actions and the consequences that continue to unfold. It explores the reverberations of his undercover operation and the lasting effects it has on the individuals involved. In the wake of the dismantled criminal organization and the exposure of corruption, the city undergoes a period of healing and transformation. The ripple effect of Mark's efforts becomes evident as law enforcement agencies tighten their grip on crime, implementing new strategies and protocols to prevent the resurgence of criminal elements. Mark finds himself in high demand as a consultant and advisor, sharing his expertise and experiences with law enforcement agencies and organizations around the world. He becomes a trusted resource, sought after for his insights on undercover operations, criminal networks, and the psychological toll it takes on those involved. Simultaneously, Mark's personal journey takes a different turn. The relationships he formed during his undercover operation continue to evolve, with some individuals seeking redemption and rebuilding their lives with his guidance. Others struggle to reconcile their past actions, wrestling with their own demons and seeking closure. As Mark grapples with the aftermath, he becomes an advocate for mental health support and rehabilitation for both law enforcement officers and former criminals. He recognizes the importance of addressing the emotional and psychological impact of undercover work, offering resources and counseling to those who have walked similar paths. In this chapter, Mark also faces the challenges of readjusting to a normal life. The adrenaline-fueled world of undercover operations contrasts starkly with the mundane routines of everyday existence. He must navigate the complexities of rebuilding relationships, rediscovering his own identity, and finding a sense of purpose beyond the shadows of his past. Amidst the ongoing struggles, Mark finds solace in the positive changes he has witnessed. The lives he has touched, the communities he has helped rebuild, and the systems he has influenced serve as a constant reminder that his sacrifices were not in vain. The echoes of his actions continue to shape the world around him, leaving a lasting legacy. As the chapter progresses, Mark's focus expands beyond his immediate surroundings. He becomes involved in larger-scale initiatives, working with organizations dedicated to combating organized crime and advocating for policy changes that address the root causes of criminal behavior. His expertise and first-hand experiences lend credibility to his endeavors, fostering meaningful progress. And that brings us to the end of our gripping journey through the undercover operation on Story for Night. From heart-pounding action to thought-provoking moral dilemmas, we hope this story kept you on the edge of your seat. I'm Arya, and I thank you for joining me on this thrilling adventure. Stay tuned for more captivating stories that will transport you into the night. Don't forget to subscribe to Story for Night for more enchanting tales and nocturnal adventures. Thank you for being a part of our story.